Welcome to Glove Talk, your weekly news in boxing. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy the video, make sure to hit the like button. With that said, let's get into the news. Okay, so today we have breaking news that Canelo is suing Dazn, Golden Boy, and Oscar De La Hoya. So I'm going to break down what I know about this and kind of give you guys my opinion. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think it's Canelo's fault? Do you think it's Dazn's? Do you think it's Golden Boy's? Do you think it's Oscar's fault for all of this nonsense? And so with that said, I am not a lawyer. I don't know a lot about law, but I'm going to try to do my best to get through this and give you guys basically the abbreviated version of all the stories I've been reading. And that is essentially Canelo is suing Dazn and Golden Boy and Oscar for $280 million. Now, if you remember, in 2018, Canelo signed a $365 million 11-fight deal with Dazn. You know, the licensing fee was $40 million to Golden Boy, and it was a minimum of $35 million to Canelo. So with that, the basic plan and what Dazn wanted to happen was Billy Joe Saunders to fight with Canelo on Cinco de Mayo this year. Then it was to have Triple G and Canelo have the trilogy this September. Now, obviously, with everything that happened, that didn't go as planned. Billy Joe Saunders' fight got bumped to around September, and that was kind of the game plan. But Billy Joe Saunders didn't want to sign the contract because he didn't want to fight with only a 10-11 week training camp. So with that, Billy Joe Saunders out of the picture, Canelo started looking at other opponents, and Dazn was not happy with the opponents that they were looking at. And with that, they said, we'll let you fight, but if we're going to pay you, it's going to be less than 50% of your guaranteed, and we're going to give you some stock options. Now, Canelo said, I'm not doing that. I'll take less than guaranteed, but I need X amount of money. Dazn was not happy about this. And when fights were proposed to Dazn, they were not getting back to Golden Boy and they were not getting back to Canelo and saying, yes, we'll pay the licensing fee. Yes, we'll pay you for this fight. Basically, they didn't make any deals happen. They were not allowing deals to happen. Now, where Golden Boy kind of gets mixed into all of this is that basically two major reasons. Number one being that Canelo then went to Golden Boy and went to Oscar and said, look, I want you to find other broadcasting options for me. I want you to find someone that is willing to pay me X amount of dollars and that will pay the licensing fee, and so I can make these fights happen. Now, supposedly Golden Boy reached out but did not present any options to Canelo. And why that is because supposedly there's been deals between Golden Boy and Dazn, and Canelo was not aware of this. So essentially, those were not disclosed to Canelo. He signed a contract with Dazn unknowingly that Golden Boy had basically made promises to Dazn, and basically we're in this kind of standstill now where Canelo's not happy that he can't fight who he wants to fight. Dazn's not offering or approving fights, but in the contract they signed with Canelo, they don't have the right to approve the fights. That's not part of the deal. But essentially, if Canelo and Golden Boy approve a fight, that should be okay. And, you know, that's the deal that should be presented to Dazn. The problem is Dazn and Golden Boy essentially are working together. And if Dazn's not happy, they're not offering anything back. And so it's this whole big mess of people making deals, people basically not following through on contracts. In my opinion, this is bad for Dazn. This is really, really bad for Dazn. Dazn has already missed out this year almost completely. When you think about the fact that Triple G hasn't fought this year, when you think about the fact that Canelo hasn't fought this year, when you think about Joshua is going to have only one fight this year, all of these things are bad. Triple G is going to have one fight this year. I mean, they've already missed out the bulk of the year, and people are dropping their subscriptions like crazy. They don't want to deal with all this nonsense. They paid to see Triple G, Canelo most of all, and also Joshua, and they're not getting that. So in my opinion, this is really bad news. I think in the end, we're not going to have an Andre Ward versus HBO situation, in my opinion. I think we're going to have something along the lines of Canelo is basically putting this out there to make Dazn react. I think that they're going to settle. I think that in the end, Canelo's going to win. Canelo doesn't need Dazn. Dazn needs Canelo more. And you better believe that Al Heyman and Bob Arum are licking their chops right now, just waiting to swoop on in if they can to grab Canelo. And that's what I got for news for you guys. Let me know who you think's at fault, what your guys' opinion on this is down in the comments below. And with that said, we'll talk to you later. Thanks.